Blog Talk Radio.
Always look up, never give up, and you will reach your goals. You're important, you're more than enough. And here she is, your host for Rolling with the Diva, Sabrina Williams. Thank you. Hi from Las Vegas, Nevada. How are you guys today? It is a beautiful day. Okay, it's hot outside, but in my house it's probably like 70 degrees because we are crazy people. We wear the air conditioner out, and I actually have a sweater on. That's how cold it is in my house. And today we have, it's really sad, Nedy. It's just really sad. Today we're going to welcome Nedy to our show. Nedy began playing guitar at age 14, and throughout the years picked up the piano and drums at age 22. And she doesn't even look 22. After many years of unsuccessful attempts to begin a band, Nedy decided to learn how to sing in order to make her dreams of successful music career possible. In 2012, Nedy released her first EP titled Got Music. In July 2017, Nedy released her single titled All Coming Down, which was put on rotation in Napa Valley's 99.3, the Vine FM, and 89.5 Ozcat Radio FM. Her latest music video and EP were premiered on June 25th and can be found on iTunes, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more. Her single and EP is currently on rotation on the Vine. Nedy is currently preparing to go on tour this summer with the Extreme Tour. We also are discussing planning. That's me part. That's my part. We're also going to be discussing Living Your Passion. Nedy, welcome to the show. And
thank you so
for
much,
allowing Rolling with the Diva to interview you. I just appreciate your time. You don't look your age, and I'm happy. So we have a caller. They're from 310-365. Who else is on the line with us?
That's my mom.
Hi, Mom. Well, we're gonna. Mom, did you want to? Mom, support it. Hey, you know what? If it wasn't for moms, you wouldn't be here. So, Mom, do you want to give do you want to say something, or do you just want to be on hold?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Hi.
Oh, I didn't know that. Hi.
How are you?
I'm very well, thank you.
What's your name?
My name is Ada.
Ada, so tell us how proud of your daughter are you, and what is one thing that just makes her stand out from all the other young people in the world?
Well, she's my daughter. That's number one.
Yes.
So that says it all, I think.
Super talented.
That's
all
my
right.
husband.
Oh, hi, Dad. How are you? Thank you for allowing me to interview your daughter, and I'll explain Nedy and everybody else who's going to be listening. Some people may be listening in online, but this feed is going to be uploaded after the show. It takes about 5 minutes, and then it's going to go to my other stations that I have podcast on, which is iTunes through Positive Power 21 with Jerry Royce. I have my own podcast on Spotify, iHeartRadio, and you can just type in Rolling with the Diva, and you can hear any of those. iHeartRadio, if you don't have it, you can get it on your phone. It's a free app. It's really cool. iHeartRadio, everybody knows that every year they have a big iHeartRadio music thing here in Las Vegas, so and that's where I am. And so we're going to begin with the interview for Miss Nedy, because you know what? I'm going to be honest. I'm a mom. I have two sons, and today is the mom transport day to take both my my adult sons to work, because that's what moms do. Because moms don't always buy the kids cars like they think they should. So it's either take a ride from the mom or catch the bus. All right. So we have three of Nedy's songs, which are You Are, One Day, and The Only. We're going to start with The Only, but before we do that, Nedy, I read some of your bio, but in it didn't say who inspired you to be a musician.
That's a really good question. I don't know if it was one specific person, I would say. I think it was kind of a combination of influences. I remember probably the earliest musical influence in my life was my uncle, who was in a pop duo band. when I was a kid.
Okay.
So yeah, that was probably one of the first main influences I can remember.
Nice. What do you think as an artist? What is it the biggest challenge being an independent artist versus I know it's just sad to say you're an indie artist, but let's just say like somebody like J-Lo. What are the things you have to do to get to that level? You're a great singer. I love your songs, but sometimes I know you guys do struggle.
Yeah, definitely. It's hard. It can be very challenging, kind of balancing everything, being like your own manager, being your own financial provider, being like just having to have multiple roles, and then balancing that and being like an adult in the real world, and like having to still pay the bills and then like invest into the music career. So I would say that like the most challenging part is like balancing all of the different roles.
Wow. Now, I heard you say, because I think you're 22, right?
I'm not actually. I was 22 when I think in that part of the bio. Yeah, I'm 29.
Oh, so she's 29. She's really proud of that, everybody, because when you get my age at 54, you won't. Now, I'm 54. Yes, I am. Let me count that on one hand. You won't. Okay, well, we want you to have due age. But before we go on, we want to bring on one of our proud sponsors, JoJo May Bags, and she's going to tell you about her company and what they do and where you guys can find them. But just so you guys know, this is my niece. This is great because today is family day. Your mom and dad on the phone. My niece is on the phone. Hello, Ratasha from JoJo May.
Hello. Hi. How are you doing?
Hi.
We're doing good. So you are a sponsor for the day, and you sponsor us a lot on Rolling with the Diva. So why don't you tell everybody a little bit about your company? You're going to have a show on August 27th, and then you're going to come back in September too. So, but tell everybody about this.
Okay. Well, thank you, Sabrina, for introducing me. My name is Ratasha Harrison. About 3 years ago, we started Jo May. We hand paint burlap bags. We create wearable art. I feel like words get lost in translation, so we create wearable art that can kind of speak volumes. And we got words. Sorry, it's my first time trying to do this, so I'm a little nervous. But you can find us on Instagram at myjomay, MYJOMAE. Or on Facebook under myjomay, MYJOMAE. We also do custom designs as well.
All right. And Ratasha, we're going to, Nedy, you're going to have to play along with us just for a second, okay?
Awesome.
So,
yeah, definitely.
So this is a thing on dating because people just seem to not want to understand that you don't date in a message box on Instagram or Twitter or anything. So I want you guys to name. So this is on part of my little contract thing that I do when I have, it's called a pre-dating. So what is, if you have to make a list and you have to put on 2 items that were deal breakers for dating you on a list, what would they be? And I'll give you an example. For me, it's you need to remember that I love flowers and I love swimming. Okay.
Okay. Nedy, you can go first.
Yeah. Wow. Those are good questions. I feel like I haven't been asked that in a really long time. Let's see. What are 2 things that like are a must-have? He has to be humble. And this is tough. Loving. I kind of can't really lose with those 2.
Nope, you can't. Ratasha?
I'm going to say, I guess, number 1, I would say loving and caring, supportive. I would say supportive. Number 2 is to remember my name, because a lot of guys like to call people babe, queen, sis, and don't even know your name at the end of the day. So that would be important for you to know my name.
Yeah.
And you know what, ladies? You know why I had you guys do that? Because you guys are young. And, Nedy, I don't think you're married yet, and neither is my niece. And you know what? If you guys don't set standards, and this is for all of the women and the men, too, who listen to my show, if you don't, I call it a pre-dating contract. It means that we're just meeting for coffee. We've had now maybe 2-3 coffees, and now we're just talking because you're interested in me. I'm going to give you my pre-dating, and this is my expectations, because if you don't set expectations for yourself, then you're going to end up, now Nedy said that she wants somebody who's humble. You don't want to end up with a narcissist who doesn't understand the term humble, then you wanted to have this list. Now, there's an after dating list that I have, which is about 32 points, and there's a 62 point. I know. That's why I'm not dating anybody right now, because poor people getting on this list. But if you want the 32 point, it's free. If you want the 64, you can just send me a Snickers bar. Okay, I'm kidding. I need to stop sending the free Snickers bars. Okay, so we're done playing. I just want to remind everybody, because today, especially with the direct messages, with social media, all of these, I think 10 times a day I get guys who are trying to date me, and they'll tell me right there, we're dating. No, we're in a message box, and you're in a box, and I don't know you. You could be for all I care, and you know what? We're not dating. You get out of my box. So, and especially for you young ladies, it's really hard, because Nedy, your mom and dad will tell you there was a time where girls, they weren't even allowed to go out until the guy came to the door and met the dad and blah, blah, blah. And so the point is, you guys need to set some higher standards for yourself, because if you don't, then you won't get what you need and won't get the relationship you need. Okay, with that, moving on, Nedy, the song, The Only One, we're going to play that, and I want you to tell me what was behind creating that song.
Yeah, so this song's called The Only One. It's about just going through hard time in life, and really it's a prayer to God for mercy, just for help to trust Him in the circumstances that I was going through at that time in my life.
All right, well, we're going to play The Only One, and everybody, you guys heard Nedy say that her trust is in God, and you guys know what I always say, because everybody knows I believe in Jesus Christ, and I have a relationship with Jesus Christ. It's not a religion for me. So you guys, if you don't have God or you don't have a higher power and you're struggling, I'm not telling you what to do, but you might want to reevaluate some things for yourself personally, because you know what? Without God or a higher power, and I reminded of like the 12th step, you can't depend on yourself. You need to give that over to somebody. So let's listen to the only. Here we go.
You're the only one that can take me from the destructive path I'm on. And you're the only one that can save me from what I've put myself in. So I'm asking you, make it end soon. I can't handle what I fear. So I said, please deliver me, help me to trust you. I said, please come quickly, I want to be with you. I said, please deliver me, help me to trust you. I said, please come quickly, I want to be with you. And you're the only one, yeah, the only one that works all things for my good. And you're the only one, Father, Spirit, Son, whom I put my faith in. So I'm asking you, make it end soon. I can't handle what I fear. So I said, please deliver
All right, that was Nedy, and that was the only one. We think we're going to go to another one of Nedy's songs, and listen.
That was awesome.
Yeah, that really was. I love your voice.
Thank you.
I'm gonna be honest. Do you know who Celine? You know who Celine Dion is, right?
Yes, I do.
You have her voice, like as in
Really?
you have her. Yeah, you have her momentum. You have her smoothness. She's a very unique singer to me. I love her. I really do love her a lot. Don't get me started because I can't sing. That's why they don't have me singing in church. They want people to tithe, and everybody will use the church if I start singing.
That's funny.
I'm just saying.
Well, thank you. That's a huge compliment.
Yeah, no, I love her. You do. Your voice is just amazing. All right, the next song
Thank you so
are. Actually, we're going to go in order because I want to go top to bottom. One Day. Tell us about One Day.
One Day was written. It was after I had been going through a really bad breakup. I was engaged to a guy, and I was basically heartbroken. And in that time, I just had the thought like that. Even though I don't understand what's going on right now and why things are going the way they're going, and the certain pain that comes with that kind of thing, I was realizing at that moment that one day that it would be revealed to me why certain things happened.
And Nedy, let me ask you, thank you for sharing and being honest. Do you think that sometimes in the midst of that pain can be a way for us to grow?
Yeah, definitely. It's funny because that's actually been a topic that's been coming up with like different friends and like family members of mine about how like pain is oftentimes like so necessary. Like that saying "no pain, no gain" is like true in so many areas of life in my experience.
What about you, Ratasha? What do you think?
Yeah, I totally agree. I'm sorry, I was having to take 2 calls at once. I'm sorry.
That's okay. No, I think that pain is, nobody wants to go through pain, people, and we're not saying, okay, we just enjoy that. But sometimes through the pain, you can sit and evaluate, because pain can sometimes take you down, meaning it can just put you where you just have to stop doing everything you're doing and just focus on that and really see what's going on. But as you get better and you feel better about it, then you'll go on and you won't forget the pain, but you won't make some of those same mistakes. Like I used to date a narcissist. He was literally a narcissist, the biggest definition of a narcissist that there was. And I remember I had been tolerating his behavior for a year until one day, and mind you, I'm a big girl. Everybody see me. I'm not fat, but I'm a big girl. Everybody has their own size because I used to be really heavy and now I'm not. But one day he called me fat. And I said, you know what, that's enough. I won't tell you the things I said because those are inappropriate on the show, especially when we're talking about God. So I'm going to keep it clean. But I remember saying, get out. I've had it. Mind you, this person had talked me into giving them money, supporting them. And mind you, that was not any of my behavior. A narcissist is so good with what they do. But one day I really said, no, that's enough. And I remember that person, they were just appalled. They said, do you know who I am? And I said, do you know who I am and who I belong to? And they did not understand. They thought that I was cheating. And I said, no, I'm not cheating. I have God, and you need to get out today. And that was the end of that. So sometimes, and I remember even after he was gone, and ladies, don't ever date a guy named Stephen DeViti that lives in Florida.
Just in case, it's a small world.
Just in case, FYI. Thanks for the heads up.
Yeah, thank you.
I'm going to need you to text that address, too. Make sure.
Well, if you guys are for sure, I have his driver's license, and that never gets old with me doing that because you know what? It's I don't do it for payback. I do it because it makes me laugh because there used to be a point where I couldn't even laugh about it. I would cry for days, and I remember I just remember, thinking, God, is this going to ever end? So
right.
I like that. So let's go into One Day, and we'll be right back. We're on the line with Nedy, and we're with Tasha from JoJo May. And Nedy is being supported by her mom and dad. And Ratasha is my wonderful niece. I have two nieces. Well, actually, I have a lot of nieces. Ratasha today is my favorite.
I'm your favorite.
Yes, she called me. She'll come get me. And then there's her sister, Rashonda. So here we go with One Day.
I never did say I'm sorry for the way that I fought you. I never did say I'm sorry for not trusting things that you do. And now I'm looking back with a sad heart at the way things fell apart. But I know that you are here with me and that your love never changes. One day you'll show us what you were up to, and then we'll see, whether here or in the heavens above, you will reveal more of your love. And the way you did those things that tore us apart, you will show us more of your heart. Yeah, you show us more of your heart. You will show us. As days pass, I can see your plans. They are shining right on through. As days pass, I can see your face. You shine forever, you do. And though the dark times they come and go, but Lord, you are always true. And every sorrow we're going through, oh Lord, we can count on you. One day you'll show us what you were up to, and we'll see, whether here or in the heavens above, you will reveal more of your love. And the way you did those things that tore us apart, you will show us more of your heart. Yeah, you show us more of your heart. You will show us. You will show us. Shown so much through the death and life of your son. And so I want to say that I'm sorry for the way that I fought you, resisted all of your purposes, but Lord, you have made a way. One day you'll show us what you were up to, and we'll see, whether here or in the heavens above, you will reveal more of your love. And the way you did those things that tore us apart, you will show us more of your heart. Yeah, you show us more of your heart. You will show us.
All right, that was One Day with Nedy. We're on here today with Rolling with the Diva. I'm Sabrina Williams. I'm your host. I just want to remind everybody that next week's show will be played, but there'll be maybe only two. I go into surgery on August 13th for a total hip replacement, and I'm so excited because I'll finally get back to doing what I love. I hope riding snowmobiles and race walking marathons. So I'm really excited about that. The pain this week has been really off the chart, but with God's help, I have made it. I have not killed anybody, and I have only eaten 2 donuts in 7 days. So that's been a major thing for me. So, Nedy, your voice, you're soothing, you're amazing. That was, do you know who Hillsong is?
Yeah, I do.
That was her. You are amazing, talented. You have
a beautiful sound. Like, it's just beautiful.
I mean,
Thank
seriously.
you so much. I really appreciate that. Thank you very much.
Seriously,
You're welcome.
Wow. So the last song we're going to go to before we're gonna talk just for a few minutes and then go to You Are. But tell us what's behind You Are.
So You Are is about, again, God. I write a lot just as a form of therapy, and I have had a relationship with God for like 4 or 5 years now. But yeah, it's just about me finding my purpose through Him, and not having really that purpose, not having hope, and finding it in Him, and being chosen and loved by Him.
I love that. And you know what? Well, welcome to the family. And you're right, without God.
Thank you.
Now, people know me, and they'll say, and this is my running joke, and God will talk to me about this, because there's always these people who write me and tell them I'm not going to heaven. I do curse, and I understand that, but I believe that I'm cursing for God for some of y'all because you guys are just that bad, and I'm helping you. But I'm going to tell you something. Peter, who was it? Peter, James, and John, they always had to stay close to Jesus. And if y'all think that they were the perfect people and they weren't cussing, and Judas wasn't over there doing some cussing, y'all like really ridiculous. So stop judging me, because I know where I'm going. I'm sitting in heaven, because hell doesn't want me, because they have an order against me not to come, because I'm going to bug them the whole time. Like, I'm going to need ice water. I need some salmon. No, they're going to kick me out. So I'm not going there. And I just want to remind all of those people now, and I hate to do this, and yes, this is gloating, and I know God says we don't gloat, but I've had about 15 people, and about 9 of them being women, that tell me that I was bitter and that I didn't know my Bible, and that there was no place in the Bible that God said that some people are meant to be single. Well, guess what? Today, because I researched that, because see, I went to Bible college, and I finally found it. It's from 1 Corinthians 7:7. And I want you guys to listen to this. It says, sometimes I wish everyone was single like me, a simpler life in many ways. But celibacy is not for everyone any more than marriage is. God gives the gift of single life to some and the gift of married life to others. So for all those people that told me I was wrong, okay, I'm going to let it go
Yeah,
at that.
it's pretty clear. That's
yeah.
I agree with you.
And I'm thinking that God probably has to be single, because I am so, with my list and everything, like, I have a list, like, if I'm going to marry somebody, you have to agree to sleep on the left side of the bed. And you, because it's just me.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm serious. And if you have to be okay with, and you have to be okay with my Dallas Cowboy bedspread and my SpongeBob doll. And if you aren't, then you can't sleep in the room. So that's probably better for me to be single with all of those issues. And so I'm just saying. So I just want people to stop, because the thing about this, seriously, though, society has it still, even though we're in 2018, where some people just, everybody is pressuring people that they have to get married, and marriage is for everybody. Marriage is not for everybody. Some people should not be married. They should be by themselves. I mean, and so just so you know, let people live how they want to. But before we go to play the last song of Nedy's, and before we sign off for today, we're going to play You Are. But I wanted to remind you guys of something that Nedy said for her mental health. Music, I've read so many quotes. Music and art, period, like designing, drawing, journaling, even if you can't play the drums. The only instrument that I can play is a violin, and I play it very well. I'm proud of myself. But when I'm
wow, that's a hard instrument.
It took me a long time, and I'm very impressed with myself that I can play. I learned to play about 10 years ago, and couldn't sing, but wanted to be part of the choir. So my sons and we learned to play violin. But my oldest can turn the violin playing into a fiddle, which is amazing to me.
Wow.
So
that's really cool.
But music will soothe your soul. Music will help you.
Right.
And music, listening to good music, and just and sometimes I have to be honest. Like the other day I was watching, well, actually, it's not the other day. How about every day I watch the movie The Accountant, and I love the song Solomon Grundy in there. And Solomon Grundy was a nursery rhyme, but I listen to that when I'm really stressed out and I'm going into an anxiety attack to calm myself down. And I don't be hitting myself with a stick but I definitely can calm myself down, and then I'll switch to music like New Day. Now it's going to be Nedy because of her song. Because, so I mean, but music, you're welcome. Music is really good for you, and it speaks to you. There's a song out there for everybody, and if you don't have a song, you just need to open your ears because you're just not listening and you don't want a song. I'm sorry, but music is. There's so much music. My favorite kind of music is opera. I love opera. I love classical Domingo. And that is an amazing. I can actually sing opera better than I can sing it all because I'm a tenor and when I sing. So, but I just you know what, you guys.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah, go ahead, hon.
What's that?
I want to ask you, what would the theme song of your life be if you had to pick one right now?
Nedy, you go first.
Gotcha. Theme song, I think the theme song for my life right now, and maybe even for like the past few years, would be that song by Hillsong. It's called Oceans.
Okay.
Yeah, it's really good. I would recommend everyone to listen to it. Oceans by Hillsong United, and it actually got really, really popular. I think like Selena Gomez did a performance on it and stuff. But it's a really good song.
Okay.
Mine would be, and this is by a group, it's a Christian group called Manifest Glory. They're Manifest, but their album is Glory, and it's called Who Are You? And it's just a amazing song. It's really, if you look at me, then you'd be thinking, oh my gosh, she likes that kind of music. It's more kind of hard, but it actually it speaks to you. All the words are very clear. That would be me. You, Ratasha?
Oh, wow. Pick something. I've honestly said this for probably like the last 5 years, but I would say like Cyndi Lauper's Time After Time.
Oh yeah, that's
nice.
A classic.
Now, Nedy, I have one question for you. What advice would you give an up-and-coming artist? Well, it's actually two. What advice would you give an up-and-coming artist, and what's next coming for you?
Yeah, so as far as advice for the up-and-coming artist, up-and-coming artist, I would say just remember why you're doing it, why you're pursuing music, because there will be people who support you, who encourage you, and who challenge you, and then there will be people who hate on you and who discourage you and put you down. But I think that the thing that's kept me like pushing through is just remembering, like, okay, why am I doing this? Am I doing this for them? Which a part of the reason that I am doing it for people and to like impact people and to hopefully to like inspire and bring some sort of healing to their lives and like their souls. But ultimately, I'm doing what I'm doing because I believe that's one of the reasons why I was created. And so, just kind of really examine yourself and just keep asking yourself why you're doing what you're doing. And then as far as the next thing for me, I'm actually going to be leaving on tour, and my first date is August 13th, and we're going to be stopping in Utah.
Nice!
Congratulations!
Yeah. Thank you. I'll be joining the Extreme Tour this summer. It's a nonprofit, and they have the tour every summer. So they chose me to be part of it, and I'll be with them for the rest of the month. Through mid-September.
Now, is it all in Utah, or do you guys just start in Utah?
Yeah, we're just starting in Utah for these dates that I'll be joining. They've been going on all summer, but so the first stop is Utah, and then we'll hit Idaho. I know we're going to Oregon. I know we're going to different places in Washington. So pretty much those 4 states is going to be all of the stops.
Nice. All right. Well, before I go, we were talking. Even though I didn't bring it to the table, we did talk about passion. Nedy did it eloquently just a few minutes ago about living your passion, living your dreams. If you're not doing what you want, then you're not living. Like for me, I thought it was a death sentence after I got retired from the county medically, but it has opened up so many doors for me. I started a PhD program. I'm a travel agent, and I'll be doing substance abuse counseling as a clinician starting in September. So you got to live. You got to live your passion. Listen to these songs today, and when you listen to this recording, know that you're loved, you're wanted, you're more than enough. And if you're not doing what you're doing, send me an email, and I'll be happy to get you started. I don't want anything. Well, maybe a Snickers bar, but okay, I'll stop. Let me stop with a Snickers bar. Snickers needs to just give me a commercial because I really love Snickers bars. And people, okay, wait, let me stop. I always get a little distracted. Yes. You can be an athlete, and I consider myself an athlete now because I've gotten to a certain level because of my training. Even athletes eat Snickers bars, so don't tell me that athletes don't eat Snickers bars, okay? And I don't want to hear nobody tell me that. Some of you people spend too much time in my inbox telling me what people don't do and stuff. Okay, and then this is the last thing because my nieces encouraged me to do this. But I just want to be clear because I know some of those people, as Nedy said, will hate on you. Some of you people are listening to my message, listen to these messages, then you guys go in your inbox. So I started a new thing. If you go in my inbox and you are there trying to date me in an inbox and you send me pictures that are inappropriate, I'm going to have a folder for it. I'm going to make them, and I'm just going to put them in my new book. So I'm going to need you guys to remember, if you don't want your spouse to see things, think about how you're talking to people in your inbox, because I'm not there to date. I'm here to do what I do to promote people like Nedy, to promote artists. I don't ask for any money, but some of you men, like the man last week that told me he was sending me messages just because he was showing me some love, I'm going to need you to show that same love to your wife. And I know your wife doesn't want to see that.
What are you going to name it?
That is horrible. Shame on him.
What are you going to name that file? So in case I need to look it up, what are you gonna put it under?
Yet, I'm just gonna make a folder and it's gonna be there. And if you don't want your name in it,
creep of the week.
Name it screen. Yeah, it's funny.
Stay out of my.
I was gonna say name it screenshots with spouses. People's spouses take the screenshot of their conversation to you.
Yeah, because I'm telling you. Because somebody said to me, I said, I can publish this. No, you can't, because I can sue you. Okay, I think you would probably not want to do that. Because a whole bunch of other stuff will come out.
The evidence that would have to show up in court, that would be amazing.
Yeah, okay, so stop it. But here we are. We're going to play the last song. And then just before we go, public service announcements for everybody. If you're struggling with mental health, or you need counseling, or you're going through domestic violence issues, or you need housing, or food, please call 211 in any of the states in the United States, and they can help you with those. If you are struggling and you're listening to this show and you're suicidal, or you know somebody that's suicidal, and what I mean by suicidal is this: if they're telling you, I can't hang on, I want to die, you need to call 911 or get them to the nearest emergency room. When somebody can tell you that they are hurting, they're asking for help. Don't judge them, just get them help. We're going to go on to You Are, and then we're going to end with that song. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. It's been a great Rolling with the Diva. Nedy, thank you. Thank you to your parents who raised an awesome young lady. And I want to commend you and my niece. I want to commend both of you guys on your eloquent words and how you speak. And I am so glad that you didn't say, do you feel me? I am impressed with you guys. You guys will go wonders. You go very, very excellent. You're not only great artists as what you do in singing, but Tasha, what you do in designing, your speeches are eloquent, and more young people should be like that, because it's and even Nedy, when you were writing me and sending me information, everything, there was no shortened words. I appreciate that. So kudos to you. Here we are with You Are. You're welcome. You guys have a great day. All right, that was Nedy with You Are. Today we had Nedy on the line, an amazing young artist who's going on an extreme tour starting in Utah on August 13th. You guys follow her on Instagram at Nedy Official. Hold on a second. Let me ask her to make sure that's right. Nedy.
The other way around, yeah. Yeah,
it's the other way around. Okay.
Yeah, sorry, it's kind of confusing.
That's okay. That's okay. The songs today we played were The Only One Day, and You Are. Great songs. You guys, great young lady with a great voice who's going to go a lot of places. So you guys make sure to follow her. Follow Miss Ratasha at Joe. What's your links at Instagram, Ratasha?
Everything's under My Jome, MyJoMae on Instagram, and then on Facebook it's My Jome.
All right. Well, and you guys look for future, because I didn't even realize it until just recently. I think the last time I looked, I was at 1,700. I'm close to 3,000 followers now on Instagram. I've really worked hard on building my audience. It's about quality of people, not quantity. And with that being said, I want you guys to remember, do not allow people to access your Instagram account to say that they can grow it. That's actually against Instagram rules. And if they get into your account, think about the changes they can make, and they can always have access to that. So don't do that. It's about the quality of people that's on your account, not quantity. Because at the end of the day, it's going to be things like this. As soon as I hit 3,000, I will be doing contests. You guys need to be looking and paying attention, because I could be saying, okay, did you guys have you guys followed Nedy? Have you followed JoJo May? And if you haven't, then guess what? You won't be part of that contest. So, again, quality, the same thing, quality of friends. It's not about the quantity of friends you have. It's about quality. Your life is important and with God, and I'll leave you guys with this Bible verse, Jeremiah 29:11. God knows the plans he has for you to prosper you and to not harm you and to give you a future. And for those Bible-thumping people out there, no, I didn't get it quite right, but y'all will be okay. You know what I mean. Nedy, you know what? If you listen to our shows and you go back when you're on the road, put them on and listen to them, because you know what? The funny thing I'll say about myself, I have to honestly say, is that God has given me a gift of humor and being funny and an encouragement. And I really believe if you can laugh at yourself, then life is good. And I've been through a lot. So with that being said, you guys tune in to Rolling with the Diva. We're going to have Caitlin Roberts on tomorrow. She's an up-and-coming author. If you guys have any friends, families, or a person with an ordinary story as an extraordinary story, let me know. If you know people who have been married for over 12 years, let me know, because I want to know what their secret is to marriage. I just want to know. Because not everybody wants to be single, so I do want to pass on those tips to those people who are just starting out and who are getting married. And I don't have anything against marriage. I just have against being married to me, because I just don't want somebody taking my SpongeBob pillows. Anyway, that's it. You guys have a great week, and
thank you.
You guys say prayers for me for next week, because it'll be a big change for me. So I appreciate it.
Will do.
This is Diva signing off, and you guys have a great day. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.